Hi guys, so today I'm going to review the Anna Griffin Square Compendium die set. I'm not sure exact. Square Card Compendium dies is what it's called. And recently, after reviewing a lot of different things of hers, people tell me everything that she does looks the same. And yes, she pretty much sticks to, you know, the flowers, the ornate, you know, just kind of that she's done for 20 some odd years, right? I mean, I have kits from Michael's when she first was kind of coming out and doing things there, and they look exactly the same. But that's her style, and some people love it, and some people are like, it's too much. Like the other day when I made this review for the embossing, cut and emboss folders, a lot of people said the same thing. So I was really hearing it on this one, even though I feel like it looks different because it's a different way of doing some of the stuff that she does, but it's still very similar, right? As far as Anna Griffin. So what I want to do with this set today is I'll show you what's in it. Like I said, it was very inexpensive in my opinion, because I mean this has a lot of dies in it. It has the carrier sheets, and I think HSN had it for $39.95. I don't believe they changed the price. I think if you look at it now, because I think that's when they brought it out, it was the same price. It might be $49 if it's not sold out. I didn't check today, but for this many dies and Anna Griffin dies, I think that's really good. So on this first batch here, it looks like it makes like a, I want to say maybe a 5-inch card. I don't know. Let's see. Yep, a 5-inch square card. So these dies on the outside, I'm always like, I don't really care for these, because like you can cut your paper yourself, right? You do a 10 by 5-inch piece and then just fold it in half. But let's say you have a scrap of paper, or sometimes you have uneven edges because you already used it. Maybe it was a 12 by 12 piece of paper, and you can just throw this on there and run it through, and you know it's going to be nice and even, right? Because you didn't have to like kind of make your measurements or cut the paper down so that it looks nice and ready to go. So I do like that for that reason on this particular set, or some of these sets. And some of the other ones, well, I'll show you the next one. You know, maybe it's not the same, but if you do have some scrap paper, this would be a good way to do it. And then you have all these ornate kind of frames or mats, and however you want to use them. So we have 1, 2, 4, 6. So there's 6 of each of these styles, right? 6. So this one's almost a whole 5 inches. I would say it's probably 4.5, and then it goes smaller from there. This guy is probably a 1.5 inch kind of size. So this one's a little bit larger, this middle one, but it still has 6 pieces. Kind of a different shape. I think I like this one. I'll probably use this one today because I think it's cute. You can mix them, match them. I mean, do whatever you like. You can make shaker cards with these. I've done a bunch of shaker card videos, but basically you would just, you know, cut out your shape in your card, or however you want to do it. Make yourself a little frame by using 2 of them if you want to frame the very, you know, center of the area where you have the shaker, and then you would have your little frame that you just made, because it will cut out both of these little layers, and I'll leave this little piece in the middle. You can put that on there. However you want to use these, it'd be great. So pretty cool. And then this is the larger set, and I would assume this makes a 6-inch card, but at the same time, yeah, it has to be shy of 6 inches, because your paper is usually 12 by 12, like the largest. I know Cricut was selling like 12 by 24 for a while, when you can use the 24-inch mat on the Cricut a long time ago, and they might still sell them. I know some people would still sell paper that big, but really you're going to need this to fit on a smaller piece of paper. So again, you can just cut your 12 by 12 in half, and you already have your legit 6 by 6 inch square card. So this is going to make one that's like 5 3/4 inch square. Just that 5 3/4 inches. So it's smaller than a 6-inch card, but you know. And then the dies again are also 6 of each, and these are kind of mixed up, but well, they're just kind of falling in on each other, but there we go. I like this design. This is pretty. So again, you don't have to use these on these cards. You can use them on different things, but basically they're designed for this, because what else would you use them for, really? Maybe, oh, it would be cute as like a mini album if you have all these different sizes, because this would be cute for a mini album. Mats, or even just a square mini album and then have these in there. That's really cute. So anyway, maybe that's something I can do with these. I'll have to keep that in mind. Again, and these are not as small as that first set, and the inside, this one looks like it might be a 2-inch or maybe 3. Yeah, it's 2 1/4-ish. And then this one's even a little bit bigger than that. So like 2.5 by 2 1/4. So really nice set. So what I'm going to try to do, like I said, is try out to make it look to Anna Griffin. As you can see, her examples, I dare I show them, they are very her style. I mean, they're her things. I was saying, even with the animal print papers, I remember when she presented them at HSN, she's like, oh, I don't really do things like this. And she was kind of like poo-pooing it a little bit. Just like, like not her thing, you know? But they're pretty. I think they're done very well, that they're not like garish and still fun, I think. But, you know, or like her birthday paper, the Fiesta Celebrations like paper, it looks a lot like still the rest of her stuff. So that's just what she does. And again, just a bunch of layers. Like here she has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Basically all the layers are there. And I just don't make cards that intricate, but of course if you do, they're lovely. They look very pretty. So, you know, she's just saying there how to go ahead and do that. Make a card. Choose a card size and die cut a base and corresponding card layers. Fold in half along the score line and then just layer it all up and mix and match colors of patterns for a dimensional card. And of course they're gorgeous. There you go. All right. So what I'm going to do is I have already chosen some papers and hopefully we'll see what happens. So this is a Serendipity line from Basic Gray. I just found this in the garage in a whole big old tub I had of just like mini paper like this. And so right now I brought it over to where I was. I'm like, let me go through this. So I chose this. So I chose papers from this. I'm going to use these for the layers and maybe a word. We will see. Oh, yeah. And then I have some cardstock. This is just craft cardstock. So, you know, a little different. I'm going to use my Gemini Junior because it's in front of me. I don't feel like pulling everything out. And the other day, a gal was asking me how to cut something that is longer than your cutting plates. And I was saying it's pretty easy. I mean, you just move it and then cut the rest of it, right? But I think she really wanted to see. So hopefully if I can find her comment, I'll let her know I'll do this today. But I'm just going to cut this paper down a little bit. So hopefully not too much. So what I would do... Okay, I have my Gemini plates for the Gemini Junior. They're not as long as I need them to be, right? So I'm just going to bring these here. I don't know if... Yeah, the Empress plates aren't as big as you need either. You would need the extended plates. So you would do the same thing. Let's say you have the Empress plates. Is there a right side on this paper? Same as craft paper, it's hard to tell if there's a right side or wrong side. It depends on the manufacturer, I guess. Okay, so what I'm going to do is tape this so that when I go to move it later to cut the rest of it that does not fit, it won't move too much. And I've already put it on the very edge. Again, that's what I'm saying. These types of, you know, you're going to cut it and then you can just cut it with your paper trimmer. But there we go. Since it's not super thick, I'm just going to use the magnetic mat and then my plastic shim. And I don't know if you noticed, I pretty much used the whole of the plate, right? But there's still some sticking out this backside, okay? So I'm gonna run it through and then we'll take care of that piece in just a minute. Okay, usually I don't move them too much, so I don't want to move it too much, but it's already cut. So all I'm going to do now is just adjust this. And you can do this however you like. I'm going to go ahead and pick it up because this is a very easy cut. And I'm just going to turn it so that most of whatever was hanging out or the part that did get cut is off because I don't want to recut it because a lot of times if it does double up, it's going to look really bad. So I'm going to move it to like here. And I'm leaving the part that needs to be trimmed still on here. And that's just another way of getting around using larger cutting plates. And I'm going to run it through again. Let me just straighten that out. And let that go through. So the rest of the frame is just going to go through without being cut because there's no plate there. And let's see how we did. So she was asking about this for the quilling dies, really. So some of them are longer than what we like. And there it is. And it is slightly scored. So maybe if you want to use your metal shim, you can put that in there too, but I don't think we need it, especially for something like this. And there it is. There's your card. So quick and easy, card base, done. All right, now we can just start cutting. So I was thinking about using the red for the background piece. And I love this red paper, and I want to get some of this little distressing in there because it's a really cute piece of paper just by itself, right? We don't need all this other... What am I trying to knock that light there? That's better. Okay. Let me use this cute guy. So I'm going to use the very largest one. But like I said, if I can get some of that distressing, I don't know if I can. Get as much of it as I can in here. I'll do it that way. And again, I'm not using my metal shim because these are pretty basic shapes. Just running it through. And the next one will be the pattern paper. My junior's sounding a little bit old. Sounds like she's having a hard time. You can, of course, send this through with the rubber embossing if you want to get like a embossed shape here on this little outer edge. You can get a little bit of it right now already. You can see that, but you can definitely run it back through with the dye still in it. You would just leave it obviously in the dye. Rubber embossing mat right on top of this with the rest of the sandwich without the magnetic sheet, and then run it through. Okay, so that's that one. And then we need another one. I'll use this guy. And just capture whatever you want. A lot of this is going to be covered up by words anyway. I have a little sentiment that I want to cut out. So that's that. Oh, I was going to tape it down. That's why I have the tape in my hand, but oh well. And the last bit, cut out perfectly, of course. And this one's hard to tell because I think it's perfectly symmetrical. I don't think there's a certain way you have to do this, so that's that. And the last one was I was going to take a word from the diamond press dies that go along with the celebrations kit. So these are the ones I picked up myself. I purchased these, but they have a lot of words on here, and I thought, well, I'm just going to cut out the word cheers. It's probably a little bit small, but that's okay. Because I don't know what else. Any sentiment. I was just looking for a sentiment, you guys. So I don't know if cheers is the best one for this card, because the card looks kind of more like an everyday how are you doing card, but that's okay. So I'm just going to cut this out on this yellow paper, so hopefully it pops out. I never do this. I'm like, I'm going to pause it and I'm going to reverse it. Ooh, here it comes back. No, I don't have to reach around, but there we go. Aw, so cute. It's very delicate. All right. So let's get our card going. So we have card base. If you want to do something funner with this, you could also make it into a, like an easel card. Just give it a little trim there. And this can be popped up like this. Oh, maybe should we do that? But then I'll have to make a stopper, huh? Ah, you guys. Okay. Okay, let's go ahead and make it a easel card. Why not? Even though that adds to the drama, doesn't it? About as far how long it takes to make a card. So I'm just going to take one side of the card. It really doesn't matter which one. Again, this is a 5-inch square is what we said, right? So let's easel card it like at 2.5. Right in the center. Why not? It's working. 2.5. Ugh. This bone folder is not cooperating with me at the end over here. Here we go. There we go. All right. So that means we got to make a stopper. So maybe I'm going to have to cut out another layer. But there we go. Just to add a little something different. And these guys, I'm going to stick that down there. Pop this out. All right. Let's get some dimensionals on this. And I'm just going to use what I have here. These are some Crafter's Companion dimensionals that I have. And then I'm just going to stick down this other part just the way it is. And maybe we'll make like I don't know. I don't know what I'm gonna use as a stopper. We'll have to try something cute, something fun. And again, distressing, all that fun stuff we do, right? I'm just kind of getting to the meat of it, but do a little distressing on the edges, all that fun stuff, the card base itself. This is cute. Oh, good thing we went ahead and folded it at the very 2.5 line, because that way this looks very centered. And then we have our word cheers that I'm going to stick down with some of this glue very carefully. So I have my little dispenser here. And I'm just gonna go around this thing, not waste your guys' time. I'll be right back, but I'm gonna go around it like this and try to stay on the letter so that we can get a good adhering of that. I'll be right back. Okay. So I'm just gonna hold that down kind of while I think about what I want to do as far as a stopper. Maybe we'll just make like a little bow or something. Let me see if I can find, or you know what? Where's our paper? I'm gonna fussy cut a few of these little flowers out. And I'll be right back. And what I mean by that is I'm just gonna take my little scissors and cut around here and cut out some of these little flowers. Okay, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I cut out a few different things. I cut out that little tiny bug there. I cut out a little flower, a bigger flower, and then this guy. So what I'm gonna do, because this is probably gonna be the stopper, is this guy, is get some collal on here. This is that 3D glue gel. Get a lot of it. And just kind of put it wherever I think would be good. Like right there. Ooh. And then the little guys, we can either stick them down with the same glue or just anything else. But so this one had dried up, and I was like trying to get the stopper that was there out of the way, and it ended up obviously not being super easy to use, but I should have kept this thing a little better. So basically when you're done with this, what you should do is keep some of the glue up at the top. Make sure there's no air in here. Keep some of the glue up at the top and then put the lid on. But because it'll start drying on you. And it's not inexpensive, so we do want to always be mindful of that. That'll be cute right there. Oh, you know what? Maybe I'll pop the guy up on here instead of in this area. Okay. So I'm just gonna get a little dab of glue here with my scissor or something. Where do we want this little dude? Just right there. Maybe it could be off to the side more, but it's kind of cute that he's still dimensional right there. And this last piece, since I already stuck this on here, I'm going to use this glue to get some glue on here. All the way up, almost to that very center line, because that's where we're going to stop. Right on the bottom. And I'm just going to put this center to center. And that's it. So it took a little bit longer because I changed my mind as far as how I was going to do this card. But if I hadn't done that, oh, this stuff is a little persnickety. I don't use it often enough to keep it from drying out. Let's get this on here. So I'm not going to push this on here as far as the card yet, but you know, you put it in your envelope. Oh, it's so cute. You have your little card, and when they go to open it up, they can prop it up like this. Okay, I'm not going to push it against this because I just barely put that glue down, but I will have some pictures for you guys. Easy to use. Hopefully this isn't as Anna Griffin-ish as most of her kits and things like that turn out to be, and just so you have some variety. And I will see you guys at the next one. Thank you. Bye now.